Alright guys, now, I'm actually filming this at the end of the video, but I just wanted to say, if you don't like and subscribe right now, a Cookie Monster will come to eat you tonight, alright? So, do it. I'll go on to the video now. See ya. Hi guys, it has been about, 7 months. Now, I am sorry for being gone for so long, but thank you for getting me back to 20 subscribers, and then down 1, but you know what? 19 is still pretty decent. I'll take it. Now, I have been gone for a while. Yes, I've been very busy, but I am on spring break right now, and I am going on vacation soon, but I can make a video today, and I'm going to edit it today as well, and hopefully post it today. So, I'm doing an update to my Nemeses deck profile, which is pretty much just because I've had a lot of success with this deck online. It's been working really well comparatively to other decks. I really didn't like the meta decks this format, so I didn't really want to play any of them. So I've just been playing this deck, and it's been working really well, and it's actually been very, very good at breaking those boards and stuff, because this is a going second deck, so you are going to be breaking the boards, not building them. So, yeah. Without further ado, let's just jump right into it! Okay, now I'm done being crazy, and I'm not going to be looking at you because I cannot be bothered to set up a webcam. Alright, so starting out, we have the main board breakers of the deck, the 3 Escados and the 3 Protos. Now, these are essentially different versions of each other, so what Escados does is that you can banish 3 monsters with different types from your field and from your field and graveyard, and summon it from your hand. Now, you cannot, it cannot be destroyed by card effects, and you can declare one type of monster that is on the field, so it does have to be on the field, which of course we're going to bypass this with 3 Prodocus, and destroy all monsters on the field with that type. Also, until the end of the next turn, neither player can special summon monsters with that type. So essentially, you bait out all their negates, you blow up their entire field, and then they can't summon anything again next turn, and then you just win. Alright, that's essentially the idea of this deck. And then what Protoss is essentially the same thing as Escados, but it is for attributes. They're both level 11, unfortunately, so you really don't have a good rank toolbox because all level 11s, all rank 11s kind of suck. So, you know what? It's fine. We just summon them, we blow stuff up, and then we pass. Alright? Next, we have the 3 Nemesis flags. This thing is essentially just a rota for these. So what all the smaller Nemesis do is they just summon themselves from the hand by shuffling a banished monster back into the deck, which is obviously very good. And we have some pretty cool interactions that I'll get into later. But what we're going to do, what this is going to do is going to search up one of these or any of these if you're going to go for those as well. So I'll just go over these effects. So this one adds a Nemesis monster from your deck to your hand. This one's add a Nemesis monster from your graveyard to your hand. And this one's adds one banished to your hand. So you can basically keep recycling these. And you can also obviously add these because they are arch Nemesis, so they do have the Nemesis inside of their name, which is pretty cool. Next, the Tenyis, we're playing the 3 Vishudas and the 2 Adharas. Now, Tenyi Vishuda is really just good for breaking boards in general, and it also synergizes really well with Protoss, which is why we're playing this alongside the Adhara. Not much to explain there. Now, the 3 Vions and the 2 Mallies. This is the interaction that I was talking about with these monsters, because you can pretty much loop Mallie infinite times. You're going to banish Mallie, summon another Mallie, and then you can summon one of these by shuffling that Mallie back into your deck, and you're just going to essentially loop it infinite times, which is very, very helpful. For this deck, and you can also get those attributes and types that you need in the graveyard by linking and stuff like that, etc. Next, our other normal summon of the deck is going to be our Raiden, which we can search out with our Charge of the Light Brigade. This is really helpful for getting stuff into graveyard to summon these out, because it's not always the easiest to get the attributes that you need in the graveyard, but I don't really have any trouble with it with this particular build, because of the amount of milling and hand traps and stuff like that. Then for the Halc engine, we're playing the Plague Spreader because it essentially allows us to go straight into access code. You just Halc into Plague Spreader, you make a Link 3, and then you can summon back Plague Spreader and go straight into access code. That's essentially what this is for. And of course we are playing the Raiden and the Adhara as tuners, so we do have access to tuners. Guys, hello, it's 1:53 a.m. right now, so I'm a bit tired. I'm currently editing this video. I'm almost done. I'm about to upload it. I just wanted to say I did make a couple changes to this deck that I thought you guys should know about. So the Renaud and the DDR that I was playing before have been replaced with Nemesis Adrestia in my current build. I'll put a picture of it over on the screen over here. And essentially what it does is it's just a monster reborn for Nemesis monsters from the graveyard or the banished, and it's just come up a lot more for me, so that's why I'm playing it. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the video, guys. That's that. So now we obviously have these, Charge of the Light Brigades to search the Raiden, and then we have the 3 Desires for drawing, not much there, And obviously it's 60, so you can actually use it 2 or 3 times, which is very, very nice. And then we, of course, have the 1 Rhoda to search out either the Raiden or the Vine, whatever suits that situation better. Now we move on to the board-breaking cards or the hand traps, all that stuff. I'm combining them into one category, and I played 24 of them, so there is a lot of them. So 3 Dark Ruler no more. It's better than droplets in this deck, honestly. I don't really care to OTK. I just care to break your board and then stop you from building another one, although OTKing is nice when you can do it. Now, the thing about this is it's just good. Like I said, I don't really care to OTK, so Dark Ruler no more works really, really well for this deck. It negates stuff, and it doesn't blow it up anyways. So this is just a fantastic card for this deck. And then the 3 Nibiru for hand trap, self-explanatory. 3 Ash, just the most generic hand trap constantly. You're always going to have a use for it in every single matchup. There's no matchup in which Ash is not useful. So, I just feel like you have to play Ash. 3 Droll, which is, again, very, very useful, especially in this format. It's good against Drytron, it's good against Dragon Link, it's good against a lot of the meta decks of this format. So you do want to play this Droll. And the cool thing about the hand traps is that they actually get these attributes and types into your graveyard with Ash and Droll. So you're actually just going to benefit off that because then you can use them to summon out these, which is very nice. Then we're playing 3 Phantasme. This card I think is super underrated this format. Against Dragon Link you draw like 3 cards and then you can negate Tidying. It's nuts. And you can also force out the seal if you want to with it without using your normal summon, which is, again, nice. So I think this card is super duper underrated this format. So I definitely think people should be playing Phantasme more in this format. And then I am playing 3 Alpha. Now, this card is so nuts, and yet I'm not seeing it anywhere. I don't understand that. I don't get it why. This card literally single-handedly outs the entire Dragon Link board. What do Dragon Link players do? You special summon Alpha, go battle phase, alright? You attack into Hieratic, they Hieratic bounce it back to your hand. Okay? Cool. They summon anything, it literally doesn't matter. Main phase 2, summon back Alpha. Alpha effect, bounce it to hand. And you're going to bounce the Savage. They're pretty much forced to negate it. Alright? So now you just have the Alpha on field. It's cracked. It's nuts. And then you just have a Link Fodder, and you've baited out Savage that, and you only have to deal with Tidying. You've used 1 card in your hand, and you only have to deal with 1 more negate. So that's why it's nuts. And this deck also doesn't rely on its extra deck, so Buster Lock, although it does hurt, is not going to be the end-all be-all. You lose if they have Buster Lock, which is, again, nice. And then we have the 3 the Kaijus, so Godarla is obviously very good for Bird Up, and then Gamma Seal, just the best other Kaiju generically. No Slumber, I don't really care for Slumber, so that's that. I also couldn't find a space for Slumber. So yeah, very simple. Onto the extra deck. 10E lineup, nothing special here. 2 Monks, Shaman, and Berserker. Generic Link 3 with a lot of attack. And then Land for Nickus is essentially the 10E Link 2. Alright? Then you have the Reaper-Docus. You can use this to bypass either Protoss or Escados, especially going first. You're going to go into... if they force you to go first and you know what they're playing, you go into Reaper-Docus and you just lock them out of whatever they're playing, and then come your turn and you OTK them. Mask... Nice card, just goes straight into any of the nightmares that you want. You're never really going to go into Apollosa with Mask, but you do it sometimes to play around Nibiru and stuff like that. So that's very simple. Access code for OTKs, not much to explain here. Black Rose Dragon, weird card here, but this is pretty much for Raiden and Umbrella, these two, or Ash and Corridor. So it doesn't come up that often, but when it does come up, it's so big. It's so big that I couldn't pass up the opportunity. It also works with Mali and Atara. So I just could not pass up the opportunity. And it came up a few times. So I just stuck it in the deck. And it's worked really well for me. Intermission numero dos. I just wanted to say, Black Rose is sort of a wild slot. You can literally put whatever you want in there. It's really up to you. All I would say is if you're following this build, I really don't recommend putting any rank 4s in there because you are never going to make them. So just put in another generic Link or, put in another Reaper-Docus or something along those lines. But it's really up to you. And I think this should be the last intermission. And then, of course, the Isolde and Halc, very simple. I explained these before. Isolde with the Vion is going to go, into that, and you're just going to get a DDR to your hand. And then Halc is going to get you access to your access code talker, so you can pop some stuff, which is very nice. All right, now that was actually pretty short. It didn't really take me that long to go over this deck profile, but I will say this. It has been a while since I have been uploading, and hopefully I can upload more in the future. I promise I'll upload a lot this summer. Now, if you guys get this video to 10 likes, and I know you're capable of doing it because you've done it before, you've gotten one of my videos to 20 likes, which, I mean, it's crazy, thank you guys. It's like almost 400 views, so I really appreciate it. If you guys can get this video to 10 likes, I will show you some replays with this deck. I will hopefully start streaming on Twitch soon, but I am currently building a PC, so not at the moment. But I will start streaming on Twitch soon. I hope. I'll leave my Twitch link in the description below. It's created, I just don't have anything on there yet. But I will leave my Twitch link in the description below. I'll leave my Insta link in the description below, and all that sort of stuff for you guys to go check out. Let me know if you want me to create merch or Patreon. I can definitely do that sort of stuff. I won't really charge that much for it. No, I'm not really in it for the money, but if you want me to do it, I can do it. And that is pretty much all for this video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. I know it's been a while, but just make sure, guys, to like and subscribe.